Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. This one's going to be all about Avatar Legends kind of recent information that we got. So first up from update 51 from last week, I obviously covered the whole what ended up coming out of this, which was of course the Princess Zeisan kind of image when we got the backer exclusive all-star play videos. But in the update itself, there was actually some interesting information. So, of course, they clarify here that the videos are backer only until public release in April. So everyone can watch those videos in April. That's cool. If you are a backer, you probably got an email with some information from Roll about how to get all your Legends RPG stuff digitally on their website, which is actually quite cool. Like, you guess it's another place to look at the PDFs if you want, and they have like character sheets and stuff like that that are pretty nice, some images and token icons and stuff like that. So pretty cool. There's a how to play if you want to look at that there. They're going to Gen Con. Replacements are still ongoing. Shipping for Asia and the Middle East and Africa are still ongoing. So that's getting towards the end now. But then this was the big one. This was really, really exciting here. So coming soon, Republic City. So here is what the Republic City supplement book is actually going to look like. So you can see here, nice green color, I think, that they've chosen as the color scheme here. Nice image of book 4 Korra, like post-series Korra, with a mecha tank here. So that's kind of nice, highlighting that, yeah, that's some of the unique stuff of the Korra era. And then, yeah, we get some details on this here. So in Republic City, you'll find a treasure trove of details on the capital city of the United Republic, descriptions of its many districts with attached plot hooks and characters fill the book's pages. It's the perfect tool for those who love the setting and for those who want to set their games in Republic City's endless possibilities. What's more, there are write-ups of 5 legendary NPCs who play roles of special importance in Republic City, including Mako and Bolin. The book also provides mechanics for significant features such as pro bending, vehicles, and mecha, which are of course exclusive to Republic City and this era, as well as 3 whole new playbooks you can use in any setting and a suite of new techniques. Everything's capped off with an adventure set in Republic City all about the underground tunnel racing scene. It's going to be their first settings toolkit, and it has everything to bring Republic City to life, to add mecha pro bending vehicles to any Korra era campaign. Pre-orders begin in spring, along with a special surprise. We'll let you know when it launches by posting an update here. Nexus is also still happening. So let's go through this here. There's some interesting stuff here. So straight away, details on the city. We're going to get descriptions of districts. So I hope that means we get some sort of a map and that they go through like pretty much all of the areas of Republic City so we understand it a little bit better. That should hopefully have some new information, even if it's just naming the locations a little bit better so we understand the city more. Plot hooks and characters, so that's fine. 5 NPC characters, the legend NPCs, are going to be here. So Mako and Bolin are 2 of them. They were 2 of the most obvious exclusions. Now, they do highlight that they're all Republic City focused characters. So the 5 are going to be all Korra era. So I'm assuming that that means the likes of Janora, Kaya, Boomy, Iroh 2 are sort of the characters we're thinking of next. Kai, Opal, perhaps. It is important to keep in mind the next book should be the Spirit World kind of setting toolkit or supplement book, where I assume we'll get some more legend NPCs. That one should open the door a little bit to the other eras, whereas this is very Korra focused. So the likes of, say, May should be covered there. And maybe that's where we'll get NPC legends for maybe Zeisan and some of the other characters who, it gives them an opportunity to get an official piece of art. So we'll see what happens with all that stuff. So of course they're going to give mechanics for playing pro bending, which is very, very cool. That could be actually very interesting to read just to see how in-depth they go on that in the role-playing perspective. Vehicles, of course, is cool. Mecha. 3 new playbooks. So this is basically 3 new kind of character archetypes, meaning in terms of an art situation, I guess this means we'll get 3 new of those sort of like kind of create your own avatar character pieces of art that were so fantastic in the books that we have so far. They always look very, very cool. So new techniques as well, and we'll learn about the underground tunnel racing scene in the adventure that's with the book. So first setting toolkit, obviously there's going to be another one, the Spirit World, and who knows what else. Pre-orders in spring for, at least based on the New York Comic Con information, for a potential summer release. Maybe that might be slightly delayed, but it'll be probably summer going into fall when it actually releases. And then interestingly, along with a special surprise. So what does that mean? Are we getting something else with this? Is there something new happening here? Will there be news? Is that just that they're going to mention what's going on with the Spirit World book? Or will they announce that there's more stuff going on? Because I think it's been very successful. So I wouldn't be surprised if they announced that they're going to do more books beyond the two other planned ones. So we'll see what happens here. We're not too far away from it being spring, so pre-orders probably should be opening up pretty soon. So that's really all there is to cover there. Like I said, the cover looks pretty nice. This is finally beginning to feel real, so this should be pretty cool when it hits. Then we get into some Legends art information. So all of this comes from Alexandria Monique's ArtStation account. So first of all, she posted this one a while back, last week. She posted one of the other images that we haven't seen before that's going to be in the Republic City book. This is going to be one of the chapter images, and it's going to be Lynn, spider-linning her way through Republic City. I think this is a fantastic piece of art. It looks really good, the way the buildings are done, and then Lynn, of course, very dynamic as she's swinging around on her metal cables here. So a lot of people were very happy when they saw this one. It's really strong, really, really good. But Alexandria Monique was probably more in the news the last week because of this. She revealed that she is the one who actually designed Princess Zeisan. So, of course, we talked about this in my video from last week when we got the design in the video, but we didn't know who did the art or what was going on with it. There's still some stuff about, we don't exactly know, where this officially comes from in terms of, a Legends RPG book. I assume it will be in the An Urgent Request book, potentially on the cover, or, like I suggested earlier on, that this is maybe Zeisan's Legend NPC kind of thing. That this is the image to go with that, because it looks like a really, really good character design image. So let's go through some of this design process that she posted here about this. So it says here, if you can't read it, originally the direction was to make her similar to Princess Azula, but upon reflection they decided they wanted to explore other options, something more in keeping with her time period and with a more calm, regal demeanor. And when she says they, she's talking about basically Avatar Studios overseeing this all through Magpie, working with the artist. She's talking about the process here, and Avatar Studios helping to design the character. And you can really see that evolution. This basically, to me, looks like an older Azula here, this first one. That seems to be exactly where they started, is just here's middle-aged Azula, and let's slightly alter that a little bit to match the era a little bit more, with the more kind of pointy spikes for the older Fire Nation style kind of fashion. And especially along the top three, you don't really get much of the Air Nomad stuff, in my opinion. Then suddenly you're like, okay, Air Nomad posing here, a little bit more of that stuff going on. This feels more in line what we're actually trying to do here. And then we do finally get to the actual official design. There's some more stuff here. Here's some facial and hair combos, facial expression and hair combinations. So again, pretty good stuff overall. I think they pretty much decided that they like this sort of thing here, because it definitely reminds you maybe a little bit of the kind of Yang Chen hairstyle a bit, so that felt very kind of Fire/Air Nomad here. And there's some interesting stuff here where maybe they could use some of these this one looks a little bit younger, I'd say, and that might be teenage Zeisan, perhaps, who knows. And then here's some of the posing options. You can see they ended up going for this one, number 8, but a lot of these other ones are also quite nice also. The kneeling pose here is quite good. And then the final kind of stuff here is, again, more kind of costume design stuff here. And I think they ended up choosing, I think, pretty much the best that they probably could from all these potential designs. So it's always nice to get that stuff, just to highlight that you know, this is a character who is introduced in the Legends RPG. This is the only place there is information on this character, but it's a super, super important character because it's Sozan's sister, the princess of the Fire Nation during this era. This is a huge, like, reveal to have in 2023/2022. You have to put the time and effort to make her design basically just as good as like Roku and Sozan's design. Like, that's what you have to match this up against. You can't just kind of like half-heartedly do this design. It has to fit the information that we have about the character plus match in with the stuff we do see of the Roku era. And I think it was pretty perfectly done. I do wonder, like, is there more like end product, like official art of Zeisan, or is it just like all of this concept work was just to get to the one final official design? But we'll get to that in just a second here, because if you look at her resume also on her ArtStation, you can see here it says Magpie Games, Avatar Legends role-playing game. She worked on this from December to March, and now this is not just March because we're still in March, still ongoing. Because you can see up here with Dark Horse, she mentions that it's 2022 to currently. So this is switched to March. So she's done her work here. I do wonder, you know, like, was this just on the Republic City update, or is this all? Did she also work on the Spirit World book as well? But she mentions here what she did. So official licensed RPG for Avatar. For their upcoming expansion, I did the box cover, character design, and character illustrations. As well as chapter illustrations. It's an honor to draw iconic characters, but it's so exciting when I get to design original characters that fit in that amazing world. So I wonder, when she says this, like, is that just general character design, or does she mean like singularly she designed one character? But then she mentions design original characters here, but it's in a more general sense. So perhaps there are some more characters who get like their official designs revealed as we go through the other books. For the Roku era, you'd think like Ryoshan and Chondro are probably the main two that you'd probably also want to cover as well. But it's hard to know what exactly we're going to do. It probably depends on what characters get legend NPCs, where art is specifically needed. Because I'm guessing a lot of the chapter illustration stuff is going to be Avatar and Korra with maybe a little bit of Kyoshi thrown in, and they won't overly go for the unknown characters for that stuff. But for adventures and legend NPCs, of course, there is a need to do stuff for those other characters. So just interesting stuff overall, where it's clear that there's obviously some more work that we still need to do. Maybe this just means she designed the 3 new playbook characters, but still interesting. So, yeah, beyond that, like, we are just waiting for news. We're waiting for Yang Chen Book 2 to get announced. We're waiting for, like, more information on, like, you know, whenever they're going to announce the Mako comic, but that probably still won't be for another couple of months. We're probably still a month and a half-ish away from finally getting card reveals for Avatar Weiss Schwartz. But we're slowly getting towards that sort of stuff. And then beyond that, it's just, yeah, just updates on the major projects, like, you know, what's going on with the live action show? Why is there nothing about that when we're getting super close to, like, you know, being weeks away from release potentially, and we still don't know anything? Avatar Studios, then just anything can happen, it feels like, at any point with that. But yeah, that's pretty much been the video for today. So let me know what your thoughts are on the Republic City book. What do you expect from the new information in this? Who do you think the other 3 legend NPC characters will be alongside Mako and Bolin? Then any thoughts on this awesome Lin piece of art, the Princess Zeisan design process here by Alexandria Monique. And I think that's probably the big thing to finish on, is just to really highlight, like, Alexandria Monique has kind of, just in the last year or so, gone from being someone like we don't really know about all that much in the Avatar fandom to being like the superstar Avatar artist, because she's now doing a Korra comic trilogy, having already done some work, of course, on the short stories in Patterns in Time. That's great. Then she's doing some of the art in the role-playing game, But now you also find out that she got to character design the most significant new character introduced in the role-playing game. That's all huge. That speaks to a lot of confidence and a lot of kind of like demand from Avatar for her work, that they're using her kind of what seems like all over the place. So that is fantastic to see, because like I think everyone is super eager to see what the core comic stuff is like, especially knowing that they're leading off with a Mako comic. Can't wait to see what they do, because like if you read Cat Owl's Cradle from Patterns in Time, you know how incredible, even in kind of panel to panel comic art, her art is. It's not just that like when she needs to design like one image, she can do it like basically show quality. It's every panel, it seems like she can do that level of quality art. So really exciting times in that, like, we seem to have found like an incredible artist to do a lot of work on Avatar in the publishing stuff, like to get us to Avatar Studios, because like there's still a few years until that stuff happens. So big hype for Alexandria Monique on art these days. So let me know what your thoughts are on all that news. Otherwise, that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.